Get ready to cringe as we delve into 10 of the most unsettling UFC weigh-ins. These moments left fans and fighters alike in shock and disbelief. Welcome to the MMA Mayhem. Subscribe and let's dive in. Number 10. Conor McGregor UFC Fight Night 59. Conor McGregor, the MMA megastar, has had his share of weight struggles in his illustrious career, especially during his time as a featherweight. UFC Fight Night 59 stands out as a testament to his determination. Scheduled to face Dennis Siver, McGregor was on a mission to prove he could make the championship weight of 145 pounds without any extra allowances. During the weigh-in, McGregor looked visibly drained, an image that raised concerns. What's even more remarkable is his pre-fight appearance, where his face seemed unrecognizable due to the extreme weight cut. Despite these challenges, McGregor's performance in the octagon remained impressive. He secured victory via second-round TKO, showcasing his resilience and talent even in the face of grueling weight cuts. It's a reminder that McGregor's fighting spirit knows no bounds. Number 9. Yoel Romero, UFC 225. Yoel Romero, the former Olympic wrestler, has grappled with weight-cutting woes that impacted his career. At UFC 221, Romero's knockout victory over Luke Rockhold should have earned him the interim UFC middleweight championship. However, he missed the middleweight limit by almost 3 pounds before the bout, denying him the interim strap. His next shot at glory came at UFC 225, slated as a title fight against Robert Whittaker. Sadly, the weight struggles persisted. During the weigh-in, Romero, visibly exhausted, struggled just to step up on the scale. Despite 2 attempts, he failed to make the 185-pound limit, dashing his title hopes. In an astonishing turn of events, despite the health scare and weight challenges, Romero put on a Fight of the Year worthy performance, narrowly losing to Whittaker via a split decision. His resilience in the face of adversity remains a testament to his warrior spirit. Number 8. Cynthia Calvillo, UFC Argentina. Cynthia Calvillo, a rising star in the UFC women's division, boasts an impressive 9-1-1 record. However, her battle with weight has been an ongoing challenge in her career. In a memorable incident leading up to her 2018 fight night, Calvillo nearly tumbled off the scales, struggling to keep her eyes open during the weigh-ins. She missed weight by 2 pounds and had to forfeit a portion of her purse. Despite her rough appearance on the scales, Calvillo showcased her tenacity by submitting her opponent in the first round. Following another weight hiccup at UFC on ESPN 7, she wisely moved up to the flyweight division. There, she recently triumphed over the top contender Jessica Ai, demonstrating her resilience and adaptability in the face of weight-related challenges. Number 7. Daniel Cormier, UFC 200. Daniel DC Cormier, the former 2-division champion, has had his fair share of struggles with weight, particularly in the light heavyweight division. His weight-cutting ordeal famously raised eyebrows during the towel incident, with some questioning if he bent the rules to make weight. Another memorable instance was the UFC 200 weigh-ins, where DC looked severely depleted ahead of his bout with Anderson the Spider Silva. Cutting down to 205 pounds has always been a challenge for DC, but it was especially tough that time. Despite the grueling weight cut, Cormier showcased his prowess in the octagon, using his wrestling skills to dominate Silva and secure a unanimous decision victory. His ability to overcome weight-related hurdles highlights his determination and fighting spirit. Number 6. Kenny Florian, UFC 136. Kenny "Ken-Flo" Florian, a former UFC title challenger, is a fighter who's ventured through 4 different weight classes during his UFC career. After debuting at middleweight, he briefly stopped at welterweight before finding his groove in the lightweight division. Florian, a 4th-degree black belt, had remarkable success as a lightweight, though he fell short in 2 title challenges. In a determined bid for UFC gold, Ken-Flo decided to drop down to featherweight, shedding roughly 40 pounds from his middleweight debut. The weight cut was grueling, but he successfully made championship weight to face Jose Aldo for the title. Sadly, Florian appeared as a shadow of his former self during the weigh-in, and despite his efforts, the 3rd time wasn't the charm, as Aldo secured a unanimous decision victory, denying Ken-Flo the coveted UFC gold. Number 5. Aspen Ladd, UFC on ESPN 13. A weigh-in that sent shockwaves through recent MMA memory involved bantamweight prospect Aspen Ladd at UFC on ESPN Plus 13, set to face former champ Geraint Geronimi. Ladd's weigh-in left pundits questioning her ability to make it to the cage. She stepped on the scales in clear pain, and it seemed she might pass out at any moment. Remarkably, Ladd made weight and fought, but even after the weigh-in, she trembled and struggled during the camera poses. The impact of the weight cut on her performance remains uncertain, but she suffered the first loss of her career in dramatic fashion. Following the fight, the California State Athletic Commission suspended the 25-year-old due to gaining a staggering 18% of her body weight between weigh-ins and fight day, highlighting the toll these cuts can take on fighters. Number 4. Jose Aldo, UFC 218. During his illustrious career as one of the UFC featherweight greats, former champion Jose Aldo had never missed weight. Even after moving to bantamweight, Aldo continued to make weight successfully. However, a close call and a bit of a scare occurred in the lead-up to his UFC 218 clash with Max Holloway. Approximately 36 hours before his showdown with Holloway, Aldo approached the scales looking visibly unwell. Initially, he missed weight by a pound, causing distress. Aldo even rested his head on the scale, clearly in discomfort. After a brief recovery, he bravely stepped back on the scale and successfully weighed in at 145 pounds, allowing him to compete for Holloway's featherweight title. Unfortunately, Aldo lost the rematch to Holloway via a third-round TKO. Number 3. Max Holloway, UFC 218. Max blessed Holloway, Jose Aldo's opponent at UFC 218, also faced a concerning weigh-in. Before stepping on the scale, Holloway needed to strip down and utilize a towel to meet the required weight of 145 pounds. During this process, one of the towel holders, Joe Rogan, nearly caused a wardrobe malfunction. While fighters typically shed water weight during cuts, it was evident that Holloway was more dehydrated than usual. Despite the grueling weight cut, Holloway managed to make the featherweight limit. As mentioned earlier, he went on to secure a TKO victory over Aldo in the third round, proving that even in the face of weight-related challenges, his fighting prowess remained top-notch. Number 2. Kevin Lee, UFC 216. Kevin the Motown phenom Lee has grappled with weight issues throughout his MMA journey, missing weight 4 times since his 2012 professional debut. Even when he does make weight, the struggle is evident. Before his bout with Tony Ferguson for the interim lightweight title, Lee faced a precarious situation. Initially missing weight by a pound and appearing on the verge of passing out on the scale, Lee was granted additional time to address the issue. In a less than ideal state, he made weight at an even 155 pounds and remained eligible to compete for the title. Unfortunately, Ferguson dashed Lee's championship dreams by securing a triangle choke submission in the third round. Lee's weight-related challenges have added an extra layer of complexity to his MMA career. Number 1. Johnny Hendricks, UFC 200. In his prime, Johnny Big Rig Hendricks was a formidable MMA artist and briefly held the UFC welterweight title in 2014. However, as his career progressed, weight became a consistent issue. Hendricks missed weight for 3 of his last 5 professional bouts, even when he moved up to middleweight, coming in 3 pounds heavy for a 2017 fight against Tim Boetsch. However, it was the UFC 200 weigh-in that truly alarmed fans. Before stepping onto the scale, Hendricks' hands began uncontrollably shaking, a distressing sight. Despite removing his undergarments, the depleted former champ remained a quarter of a pound over the welterweight limit. Hendricks went on to lose his UFC 200 bout against Kelvin Gastelum via unanimous decision, marking a challenging chapter in his career. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Follow for more.